You guys, we've got to talk about what has been said about Ryan Reynolds lately. Obviously, we know that he has gone to bat for his wife, Blake Lively, and the entire Justin Baldoni lawsuit situation that is going down, and that he was defending her against Justin behind the scenes, and it was included in Justin's complaint. But now there seems to be some complaints about how Ryan is acting on the set of Avengers. There's rumors about something going down with him and Robert Downey Jr. We're going to get into everything that has been said. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively cannot seem to escape drama or being in the headlines, as there's now been all these rumors about Ryan Reynolds being in drama on the set of Avengers Doomsday. And the last thing Blake and Ryan need is another on-set drama, with the way they're still in the middle of this legal battle with Justin Baldoni over the film It Ends With Us. But recently, there's been a rumor going around suggesting that two actors were feuding on the set of Avengers Doomsday. Reports mentioned tension over reshoots and misinterpreted jokes, and the two names going around that were involved were Ryan and Robert Downey Jr. One rumor making the rounds claimed that Ryan Reynolds allegedly made comments about Robert Downey Jr.'s wife, Susan Downey, while on set. And then Robert Downey Jr. apparently fired back with remarks about Blake Lively, which then escalated to a pull-apart fight. At the same time, some social media users speculated that the alleged issue between them might also stem from the fact that Robert is close with Scarlett Johansson, who is Ryan Reynolds' ex, who people feel there was some overlap or just not a good situation that went down at the end of their marriage, timing-wise, with when he was getting together with Blake Lively, and maybe there was some tension because Robert is friends with Scarlett and doesn't like Ryan because of all of that. One user on X said, Ryan Reynolds' feud with Robert Downey Jr. explained, RDJ couldn't stand him around him after what he put ScarJo through, who he cares a lot about. You can never be Iron Man because being a Joker like Deadpool suits you. But their teams have seemingly been on it, trying to debunk this rumor, as people reported there is zero bad blood between them, noting they got the exclusive on that. They also noted that it's only been confirmed that Robert Downey Jr. was going to star in Avengers Doomsday, while Ryan Reynolds has yet to be confirmed for the film. And they said, furthermore, the insider notes to people, the two have never met in person. TMZ also reported on the drama, writing, a source with direct knowledge tells TMZ Ryan and Robert know each other, sure, but here's the problem with the rumor. They've never actually met in person. From what we hear, the two are friendly and even kicked around the idea of an RDJ cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine. During the pandemic, they also zoomed for a celebrity fantasy football league to raise money for their chosen charities. Hardly adversarial. Our sources tell us Ryan has nothing but respect and adulation for RDJ, and it's also worth noting that Ryan Reynolds has not even been confirmed to reprise Deadpool and Doomsday. A lot of casting for the flick is speculation at this point. So it seems sources were saying that this alleged fight between them never actually went down, but people were willing to believe that something like this did occur on the set of Doomsday, because there's just been so much that's been said about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And from what we've heard about how Ryan allegedly berated Justin Baldoni at one point while he was defending Blake Lively during a meeting that they all had at their penthouse with Justin, people were like, well, doesn't sound out of character for Ryan to maybe yell at Robert Downey Jr. Because earlier this year, when Justin Baldoni's complaint came out and he was talking about what went down behind the scenes, he wrote Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, had aggressively berated Baldoni during a meeting at their penthouse in New York, accusing him of fat-shaming Lively. Baldoni, in an effort to avoid further confrontation with Lively and Reynolds and rebuild rapport with his co-star, continued to bend to her will. Reynolds and Lively's inappropriate and humiliating berating of Baldoni, delivered perhaps intentionally as other celebrity friends were coming in and out of their penthouse, was prompted by Baldoni's reasonable inquiry into crucial information needed to ensure safety and avoid injury in a scene. Baldoni, while training for a physically demanding scene in which his character Ryle would lift Lily, asked his trainer, who was introduced to him by Lively and oversaw his training for the film, how much Lively weighed. Baldoni, who suffers from back issues and has multiple bulging discs, made the inquiry to ensure he could safely perform the lift without injury. Unfortunately, the trainer relayed this information to Lively, who then informed Reynolds. The confrontation that followed was so aggressive that Baldoni felt compelled to offer repeated apologies, despite his question being entirely reasonable and made in good faith. Following the incident, Lively refused to perform the lift scene even though it had already been rehearsed with a stunt double. In fact, Lively threatened to quit the production altogether despite her contractual obligation. Lively gave Baldoni an ultimatum to either cast someone else or work with her in the way she works. It was her way or the highway. So like I said, hearing Ryan in another argument, possibly over production, wasn't something that was a surprise, especially if maybe his wife had been a topic of conversation. But while all these rumors went around, people were looking into Ryan's Instagram and accused him of quietly scrubbing his Instagram of many posts that he had with Blake Lively. People were like, wait, did he go and delete some of the stuff that he had with her? And they were kind of wondering why. It obviously led people to believe that there was something going on behind the scenes in their marriage or whatnot, because it just didn't make sense to people as to why he would be deleting their Instagram photos together. Plus, it was recently her birthday and he did not post for her birthday, which they had been known to post for each other on their birthdays, something that was like a funny little post that people used to eat up. People used to eat up their humor and everything, but this year it was silence, okay? And maybe that was because they knew that if they said anything, there would be drama, but the deleting of the old pictures, that had people like, wait a minute, what's going on? So as the theories were going around online, speculating on all the potential possibilities, Ryan seemed to act on it by posting a photo of Blake in a recent photo dump. A couple days ago, he ended up actually posting her. Some are wondering if it's just to kind of quiet down the rumors of things going on with them or what, but he has posted a photo with her, or at least a photo of her. But it's just so wild to see how far the public perception of Blake and Ryan has shifted, especially considering how untouchable they once seem. I mean, for years, they were one of the Hollywood couples that people were like, I don't want to see them get divorced. And whenever a Hollywood couple would announce they were getting a divorce, people would be like, no, protect Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Like, they loved them. They thought that they were so cute. They were so real. They thought that they were so funny. And when it came to the Met Gala, people were always waiting to see what Blake would wear because it was a moment whenever she was taking the stairs and walking the carpet. But it's crazy to look back on that now after everything that's come out and think about the fact that if she were to hit the Met carpet today, people would be like very judgy and probably say that it was cringy. She's just really lost truly so much in all of this, from her reputation to even her friendships. But work isn't stopping though, as it was recently announced that she would be starring in a new film titled The Survivalist, which will be produced by Wicked's Mark Platt. Blake will also serve as a producer on the film, which is based on a screenplay written by Tom Malia. Upon the announcement coming out, people were saying that this was brave of them to cast her, given all that we've heard about her wanting to allegedly take over the film It Ends With Us and all of that drama, but she's still out here, she's working despite what has been said. As for her friendship dramas, fans are now fully convinced that Blake and Taylor Swift are for real done as friends. It was already rumored that things were not looking so good when Taylor was mentioned in the complaints, and it was being alleged that Blake was using her big name friends to seemingly get Justin to do what she wanted script-wise. And then when it was announced that Taylor was subpoenaed, reports were not looking good. It seemed Taylor was upset with Blake and being involved in this at all. And now that Taylor Swift has gotten engaged to Travis Kelce and so many of her close friends have posted heartfelt congratulations, people were like, the fact that Blake is silent, not saying anything, this was a sure sign to a lot of people that the two of them were for sure donezo as friends. And so now some fans are eagerly awaiting the arrival of Taylor's next album to see if there are some songs potentially about this friendship breakup on there. One of the songs is titled Ruin the Friendship on this next album, and it is listed as track 6. And given all the noise that's come from Blake Lively and this talk of things going down between her and Taylor behind the scenes, people are wondering if this song is about her. They're also looking at track 10, which is Cancelled, as another possible one, but obviously no confirmation there just yet. One thing people do feel like was a little shade or something towards Blake by Taylor was when on the podcast she was talking about handling negativity, and she talked about how she could be in a headline and have nothing to do with the story written, and people felt like this was her subtle way of talking about the Blake and Justin drama.
It's at a point where like something can be about me, like my name can be in the actual headline, and it can still be none of my business.
Okay.
Like, people can be out here, people might be out here doing too much.
Just shaking ass.
Doesn't mean I have to do a damn thing.
Yeah.
We live in such a social media moment.
But we will just have to see. As of right now, that's what's going on with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. All the rumors, everything that has been said. I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.